So in this video, we're going to be discussing the preview for Boruto episode 206, which is titled The New Team 7, and this episode is scheduled to release on July 4th. In the previous episode, Boruto, Sarada, Mitsuki, and Kawaki are stunned when the prosthetic hand of Kawaki stops working, assuming that Naruto may not be alive after the fight with Jigen. Shikamaru paralyzes Kawaki and puts up a barrier around the Uzumaki house and orders other shinobi to look for traces of Naruto and the enemy. He releases his jutsu on Kawaki and questions him what had all happened. After Kawaki tells Shikamaru everything that happened and that he actually cares for Naruto and wishes to save him, Shikamaru still believes Kawaki is holding something back, revealing he's never trusted Kawaki and suspects he's a Kara spy. So Shikamaru decides to keep Kawaki under house arrest until they can prove that he isn't a spy. After some time has passed, Kawaki's prosthetic hand resumes working again through Naruto's chakra, and they find out he's still alive. Sensing Naruto's chakra, Kawaki asks Boruto for help, and they use their karma to open a portal like Jigen's. Boruto, Kawaki, Sarada, and Mitsuki wants to go rescue Naruto, but Shikamaru paralyzes them, saying he won't allow it. Kawaki absorbs Shikamaru's jutsu with his karma as Mitsuki quickly takes Boruto and Sarada through the portal. As Kawaki enters the portal, he tells Shikamaru he's getting his proof that he's not a spy and actually cares for Naruto. That's where the episode ends, and now we'll discuss what will happen in the upcoming episode of Boruto, which is Boruto episode 206. After Boruto and the others successfully enter the dimension where Naruto is being kept, they see Boro and he asks them how did they get here, mentioning that their location is only accessible through space-time ninjutsu. Kawaki ignores him and asks where's Naruto. Boro is intrigued by Kawaki's attachment to Naruto and reveals that Naruto is sealed in the container he's holding. When Boruto asks what they did to him, Boro throws them the container, telling them to check for themselves. As Boruto examines it, Boro explains only Jigen can undo the seal and advises them not to force the container open, as he can't guarantee the safety of doing that. Kawaki sensed Naruto's chakra inside with his prosthetic hand, but as he turns to face Boro, Boro disappeared as he only threw the container to distract them. Mitsuki senses his incoming attack from the ground, which turns out to be a surge of acid. Kawaki sees the acid engulfing Naruto's seal, so he quickly absorbs the acid with his karma. He's relieved when he checks the container for damage and finds none. Boro uses Kawaki's distraction to drown him in acid, but Boruto steps in and absorbs it as well, using his karma, surprising Boro, who confirms Delta's report on Boruto was actually true. Boruto calls out Boro for sneaking around as Boro challenges him to come at him. As he does, Boro weaves hand seals as Boruto charges towards him and lands a Rasengan successfully at Boro, causing damage. Boro comments on its strength as he heals from the damage. Kawaki believes they should overwhelm Boro's ability to regenerate by causing constant damage, so he strikes, modifying his arm to toss Boro around. Boruto prepares to strike another Rasengan, but suddenly falls to the ground paralyzed, as well as Kawaki. Kawaki notices a dark mist from Boro's jutsu, but is unable to absorb it as Boro kicks him. Sarada wonders why they can't absorb the mist when they've been able to absorb all other jutsu. Boro addresses Boruto as Momoshiki's vessel, expressing gratitude for saving time on Kara's plans. Mitsuki attacks Boro with his wind release jutsu, trying to push Boro aside, but his dark mist remains in place. Mitsuki then attacks with a lightning snake, which Boro blocks with a water wall jutsu. Mitsuki's actual snakes go around the wall, which wraps around Boro. Boro simply moves himself, using the snakes to pull Mitsuki and throws him down. As the snakes release Boro, one of the snakes bites him, which then envenoms him. However, he waves hand seals and heals himself. Boro, who is only interested in the vessels, tells Mitsuki that he will end him for interfering with his plans. Sarada, however, throws a huge boulder at Boro, giving them an opportunity to take Boruto and Kawaki and retreat. Boro notes that he still has Naruto and challenges Kawaki to return. Kawaki accuses Sarada of abandoning Naruto, but she denies it, saying they'd have been defeated. Sarada says they need to figure out Boro's jutsu first by using teamwork as they prepare to counterattack. Kawaki tells the group they must avoid Boro's mist, which continues to affect them even after getting out of its range. Boruto and Sarada are confused as Sarada saw him weave hand seals, meaning he used ninjutsu, while Boruto points out that Karma couldn't absorb it despite having no trouble absorbing his lava release jutsu. Kawaki explains Karma can only absorb chakra-based substances, for example, a water release created by one's own chakra, but not a water release that already exists in rivers and seas, which reveals that Boro's mist isn't chakra-based. Mitsuki reveals that he trapped a bit of the mist inside his snake's body and asks Sarada to focus her Sharingan so they can learn what it is. Mitsuki warns her she'll only have one chance to analyze the mist before it disperses in the air and cautions her not to get in contact with it. Sarada is able to determine the mist is made of viruses, meaning Boruto and Kawaki were infected and are sick. Mitsuki is glad to confirm his hypothesis, which is formulated based on the symptoms they displayed. Since they don't know of any ninjutsu which creates viruses, they conclude that Boro creates them through scientific ninja tools. Mitsuki had an idea to deal with the viruses, but says they need a commander as he nominates Sarada because of her earlier idea to retreat. The group agrees as Sarada confronts Boro, saying they figured out his jutsu. Sarada asks him what he thinks they should do, and Boro says no ninjutsu can be used against his viruses as he charges towards her. He uses a lava release jutsu, which Sarada counters with her fire release jutsu, maintaining a distance between them. Sarada notices that Boro lacks speed and uses a widespread fire release, which he blocks with a water wall. Sarada lost sight of Boro and realized he's circling around her, leaving her surrounded by viruses. Sarada jumps up as Boro expected, allowing him to intercept her and toss her down where his viruses are. Boro picks her up as she waves hand seals and hits him with a fire release to the face and follows up with a punch and a signal to Boruto and Kawaki, who can move again. Boruto and Kawaki both have their karma activated as Boruto lands a Rasengan, which Kawaki helps build up, destroying Boro's head and most of his upper body. Mitsuki arrives and they celebrate the antibodies working. However, Boro quickly gets up and regenerates. This angers Kawaki as he curses Boro's regeneration abilities being greater than he anticipated. Boro is confused on how they got antibodies to counteract the virus as they only exist within his bloodstream. Then he realizes that Mitsuki collected some of his blood when his snake bit him. Mitsuki says he likes to collect things, which he was influenced by his dad Orochimaru, and says that if the attack happened to be actual viruses instead of ninjutsu, Boro would be the one to have antibodies against it. Boruto tells Boro that his attack won't work anymore as the four of them surround him. Boro then rushes to attack Naruto's seal, causing Kawaki to break formation and go after him. That's the end of the plot for Boruto episode 206, which once again will be released on July 4th. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.